on this episode of SmoCo Sailing.
So it's getting a little spicy in here.
All in all, a good sail. Things don't always work out the way you want it to. Yeah, we know 2 people with RVs. They're a couple, and we found them. So.
We're Armand and Liya, and this is our 4-legged first mate Pinot. We bought a sailboat with the dream of quitting the rat race and sailing the world. We sold most of our belongings, moved aboard Cosmo, and transformed her into a bluewater cruising vessel. A year ago, we left our jobs and took off from our home port of Monterey, and since then, we've sailed over 2,000 miles down the Pacific coast and into the Sea of Cortez. From leaky bilges to rolly anchorages and unforgettable sunsets to unexpected fixes, we're learning to live simply, sail slowly, and enjoy the chaos along the way. This is our story. This is SmoCo Sailing. We left Isla San Francisco early in the morning, heading north towards Los Gatos. Our route would take us through the San Jose Channel, a narrow stretch of water known for its unpredictable winds and strong currents. Even on calm days, this part of the Sea of Cortez has a reputation for surprising sailors. And on this day, it gave us conditions far from the champagne sailing we had on our last passage.
So we just left the bay less than 5 minutes ago, and we're already hitting like 12 knots of wind going to this channel, which also makes me a little nervous, but I think we're gonna put our sails up, and there's already 13 knots of wind. So Armand said we're gonna be good. So
We're gonna be good, yeah. All right, let's do this. Use my button. It's early morning. Make sure everybody's hunky-dory. Oh yeah, we good. All right, let's do it. Engine off.
and we're sailing.
This is tight. I was worried about getting moving so early in the morning because I thought there'd be no wind, but here we are. What are we looking at, 13?
It's like 10. But
Nice.
Winds picked up to about 15 knots, so it's getting a little spicy in here. We're moving about 5 knots because I'm kind of pointing. Well, I'm not kind of. I'm really trying to point to go around this landmass that's in front of me, which is San Francisco. And but we're still gonna have to tack, I think, even with as much pointing as I am doing.
What's our distance?
26.4 miles away, so I think we should probably get there maybe like 5-ish hours. Not bad, before sunset for sure.
Well, we dropped the sails. We had a really hard time tacking through this channel. We just couldn't get enough speed up to tack in time before hitting land.
The current was insane. Like, we kept getting pushed.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy.
So we were close.
No control of
Yeah. I felt so bad for Liya. We were close hauled and we just couldn't get over. We decided to drop the sails. Jib's okay. The jib furler kind of worked, not as much as I like. But we're just gonna motor out of this channel and see what's on the other side.
The wind's like really picking up. It's like 20 knots, 20 knots of wind, and seeing some white caps. It's not like the funnest. No longer champagne sailing conditions. These are like hungover, barfing over the side of the boat sailing conditions.
And we know that because Liya's using her feet to stand, not to steer. That's how.
Yeah.
That's how you know.
No feet steering today.
So let's see what happens on the other side of this channel. Yeah, I think the wind is just barreling straight through this channel opening, and that's causing a current going against us, which prevents us from tacking, but also just high winds, which also prevented us from tacking. So, oh well, we're heating up some water. Maybe we'll catch a fish underway. Who knows?
I'm having a great time.
Yeah, it's a little shaky, but it's all good.
In a previous episode, you might remember Armand does stuff in the galley, where he whipped up his famous Marry Me beans. Well, he made a whole pot just for this passage, and it turned out to be the perfect comfort meal for a cold, blustery sail. And dinner even came with a show. As we sat in the cockpit with steaming bowls in hand, a pod of dolphins appeared out of nowhere, dancing through the waves, surfing our bow for nearly half an hour before disappearing into the deep blue sea.
Well, we're still doing it. We've had every type of sail. We had sporty, we had dead calm. We were going like 1.5 knots at one point. So we turned on the engine, we motor sailed,
yeah.
and now we're ready to drop anchor. So it's been a long day.
The waves are especially now building up like a lot, and we're just kind of being bounced back and forth. The way that we're sailing to our destination right now, they're really hitting us on the beam, so we've got a little bit of a washing machine effect going, so it's not super comfortable. But I'm trying to, and we're in super deep water right now, and I'm kind of steering the boat closer to shore, hoping that maybe in more shallow water it's not as rolly, but I don't know, man. I'm ready to just get there and drop anchor.
9 miles out? Yeah. Probably an hour and a half. It'll be okay. So all in all, a good sail. You know, things don't always work out the way you want it to, but that is sailing. So we motored maybe 40% of the time. Not awful. We did hit some pretty good wind speeds. We reefed, which we don't do often. You know, we tend to just sail through big stuff, but that was a good practice in reefing it. Yeah, it's just fun to see that stuff. So we're rounding this rock here, and then we'll be getting closer to shore.
We checked forecasts, planned the passage, and left early just to arrive at our destination during daytime. But as the sun dipped lower on the horizon and the miles stretched on, it became pretty clear that we weren't going to make it before dark. Maybe I jinxed us with those famous last words.
Not bad. Before sunset for sure. Before sunset for sure.
We did what we hate doing the most. We anchored in the dark. The moon's out, but it didn't do jack shit for us because it's not bright enough. Armand used his spotlight and found a place for us to anchor.
Yeah, that was fun. Not really. No, it's okay.
No.
At least we got here. We're fine.
It's bright. I guess like the worst part is that there's 2 other boats in this anchorage, which is Los Gatos. And I think they took the best spots where there's not rolliness, and it's hard to tell in the dark like if there's any room like next to them or beside them. So we went to the other side of Los Gatos, which is like a little sketch because there's a bunch of rocks and coral. So we found a spot where we think we're okay, but it's kind of exposed. And so we're kind of rolling around now. Yeah, get your stitchies in, get your stitchies in. It's okay because we're super tired, so we're just gonna probably make some noodles and go to sleep.
Good morning, it is 2 a.m., 1 a.m.
It's 1:25.
All right, we couldn't sleep, and so we're gonna go.
It's incredibly rolly and it's incredibly loud.
Yeah, just everything's going crazy. So we're exhausted, but we're gonna hit the road, the ocean, and go north to Agua Verde, which is a better anchorage, we hope. And by the time we get there, we should have some light because it's 1:30. It's full moon. It's actually brighter than when we anchored. It actually would have been easier if we got here later, but we didn't. So we're gonna head out. Hopefully we can sail a little bit. Hopefully Liya can sleep in the cockpit. I'm on night watch because I actually did sleep, so don't tell her that. But all right, let's go lift anchor and get out of here because Liya is not contributing. No, she's doing great. She's gonna be in charge of keeping the dog warm. So ready to head out?
The dog cuddler.
Yeah, dog cuddler.
This is the next morning. We got in at like 5 a.m. Armand was a champ and ended up motoring the entire way while I napped with Pinot. We dropped anchor, kind of in the dark, but we had some moonlight in a semi-decent place. And then this morning we got up and there were a couple boats that left and we ended up re-anchoring because we were anchored in like 60 some feet. And that's not ideal for us. We like to do a little bit less than 60 feet, less than 40 if that's possible. We are now in Agua Verde, dropped our dinghy, and this place is pretty nice. We're tucked into this little cove. Let's take this doggo for a walk.
We have some wind coming in tomorrow, so we'll ride it out, make some water, and then we'll head out to Loretto. maybe somewhere else.
Isla San Carlo. San Carmen is the...
Well, let's go walk our poor little dog because he's been a trooper. He's actually been really good this whole passage, so.
Agua Verde is a remote bay and small village on the eastern coast of the Baja California Sur Peninsula in the Gulf of California, with just 100 permanent residents and a small goat population that famously produces goat cheese or queso fresco that you can purchase from the little tienda on shore. It's often described as an oasis in the desert because of its vivid emerald green water and arid surroundings, and it's where RVers and sailing cruisers come together to experience the remote beauty of Baja.
So this is like the funniest thing. We followed this couple sailing at Ajax when we first started looking into cruising in like 2020, and since then they've sold their boat. They started going into like RV life, and we met up with them in La Paz since they were RVing down the Baja Peninsula, and we're walking Pinot around and I'm like, is that Jackie and Alex? And we ran into them. They're RVing here in Agua Verde. Like, what a small world. It's kind of crazy. So their van is like right over there.
Yeah, we know 2 people with RVs. They're a couple, and we found them. So in the whole country of Mexico, in all of the United States of Mexico, we find the 2 people.
Their RVs like
over there.
Yes.
Well, let's get going, clean up the boat, make some water. There's Pinot under the dinghy already. The past few sails have been absolutely brutal when we're trying to furl and unfurl the jib. And it really shouldn't be like this. It's a safety concern, actually. So I have a couple theories. One of them is that since we've been to Mexico, the dust has kind of built up on the top furling unit. So I'm gonna blast it at high pressure with fresh water. Also, I think the halyard is routed incorrectly. I have it going through a collar and then lateral to the furler, but I think it needs to be more vertical. So let's drop the jib and spray it down. And this is a good example. Let's see how easy it is for me to furl. I should be able to do this with like one finger, seriously. See, this is the problem. It snags right here. That can't happen. It's not supposed to. So if I look up, we have halyard wrap.
Armand used an old trick where he dropped the jib halyard a few inches to then unfurl it and then drop it all the way down. Definitely not the proper way to unfurl the jib, but desperate times, right?
Okay, so this thing, that's actually moving pretty smoothly. So I think I'm pinched at the top. Okay, I have my mast climber. I love this thing. And my safety harness. So let's go up. Here's the current layout. This is my jib halyard, and it goes through this collar and pinches like that. Now, I thought that's a good move, but the problem is, as my furling unit furls, you can see it goes with it. It's supposed to pivot nicely, but it doesn't. So I'm gonna send this outside of the collar and down and redo this. It used to get caught on here. Okay, with this setup, I know what used to happen. This blue halyard would get caught in here. So I'm gonna have it go through this collar so it never catches this blue halyard. All right, so this is what it looks like now. Here's this extra halyard, Here's my jib halyard. It shouldn't interfere. Even if it's down here, there's no way if this is tight. Okay, so now I've rerouted all the lines. So now we're gonna raise it and furl the jib. So this is really the moment of truth. And I have my helper here to help me.
Helper, I will be raising.
Can I close the jammer? That's good. Now we're gonna furl it.
Okay, now we're gonna furl.
So now this is the moment of truth. If we're in a storm, can we furl it easily?
Yesterday the answer was no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay, what's happening? Oh no. Why not?
So we had to open up the jammers and let it drop like maybe like an inch.
I think we do have a fix actually. What happens is when we furl it out, we need to put more tension on this. I think when we unfurl it, we need to do it slower. Yeah, so go ahead. Was the jib halyard open?
No. You're gonna die.
Oh, it ripped.
Why? Why?
Okay, I don't know why, but at least it happened here.
Sailing is really fun. Okay. So we tied another halyard to the jib clue. Yeah, so we are repurposing another halyard that we actually used to lift the dinghy. Bonus for me is that it's one of the halyards that is on the port side, and that's where the electric winch is. You saw me struggling the other hour, and now I have an electric winch. So, all right, let's get this done.
Well, we cut another halyard because of this furling issue, so I have to go back up and rerun the jib halyard. I think this existing blue one, this is what got cut. It's kind of slack. I might be able to sew the one I want through that, so that's the best scenario. I also have another idea to prevent this from happening. Idea number 20 and attempt number 20. So let's go up and see what's up there. Did it. I didn't get a lot of that footage because it's just me pulling lines back and forth, but this is the new setup. And this blue one, which when tight will be snugged away from my roller. And there's my halyard for my jib, which is connected to this, which keeps it away from here. This needs to be snugged up more, which is fine, but this will gimbal once that's happening. That took about 4 hours just for me to run this blue line through that space and down the entire mast. It was an absolute nightmare. So we're gonna go get tacos. Good night, nurse.
After 2 long days of troubleshooting and climbing up the mast, it was finally time to relax. Our friends who used to be full-time cruisers and now travel by RV joined us for tacos at the little beach restaurant. After a few weeks of remote anchorages, it was great to have someone else do the cooking, and the views were an added bonus. It was our friends' first time being back in a dinghy and on a sailboat since selling their own boat, and watching them climb in, you could tell it brought back all the memories. There's something special about reconnecting with people who've shared this lifestyle, and there's never a shortage of stuff to talk about, from where we've all been to stuff that's broken on our boats. They missed parts of their cruising life, although the ride back, motoring through the surf break, and getting soaked may have brought back some memories that reminded them why they switched to land life. Thinking our jib furler was finally fixed, we were ready to set off on our next leg sailing north, heading closer to San Carlos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on SmoCo Sailing.